A very, very talented and influential figure in my life was a guy that I only knew for 3 days. Now that sounds crazy, right? How can you learn something from someone in 3 days? Well, actually, the influence he had occurred in 3 minutes. I'm a big believer in the idea that someone can come into your life for a very short period of time and have a massive influence. I truly believe that. In my case, it was a great American grappler called Dean Lister. Dean Lister was invited by Matt Serra to come to the Renzo Gracie Academy. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe Dean was a brown belt at the time. I'm pretty sure Matt was a brown belt at the time too. And I brought him in for around 3 days, and he trained mostly with Matt Serra in preparation for a grappling tournament, if I remember correctly. Now, Dean was known mostly in those days for his Achilles lock. Later on, he would become a heel hook specialist, but in those days, it was mostly an Achilles lock. And he came to the academy, he rolled with some people, and he was doing Achilles locks and getting some success. It went both ways. I remember he was doing something which was unusual. And so I talked with him just briefly after class, and I said, it's interesting what you're doing with these Achilles locks, because I don't really do that at all. It's not something I do. And he said one sentence which completely changed my outlook. He said, why would you ignore 50% of the human body? One sentence. Why would you ignore 50% of the human body? And I looked and I was like, I don't know. Why would you? It makes no sense. And we never talked again. And then he went back to California. He went on to become two-time ADCC champion, mostly with leg locks. But what Dean gave me was not technique, didn't show me a single technique, but he gave me a point of view. And if you give a man a point of view, you can change him. Okay, he can work from there. That was the influence.